Kat Callaghan, aka Jessie, the voice of TikTok, and you're watching Know Your Meme. My name is Kat Callaghan. I am from Canada, and you probably best know me as the TikTok text-to-speech girl voice. I first got into radio years ago. It was 2006, I think, was the very first gig I ever got in radio. It's a place where I'm at now, but I left and then came back again. But I actually started in promotions, and then I kind of worked my way up into different stations in Toronto and across Ontario, including my home in Kitchener too. When I was younger, I remember particularly, specifically, I should say, reading newspaper articles out loud. And I always thought, like, someone's job is to just like read the news. Like, that sounds like a cool job. So I would read out loud a lot to people, even if it wasn't exciting, like ingredient lists and things like that. Honestly, like once it clicked for me that I was interested in broadcasting, there really was nothing else. That was it. Not any cartoon work, aside from advertisements, which have a cartoon in it, and I'm voicing that cartoon, but never anything like permanent, if you will. Anything in animation would be so much fun. It just looks like a really good time. Anytime I see the behind the scenes of voice actors doing that, I would absolutely love to do that. It's kind of something on my bucket list. Jessie is definitely a different, I like to think of her now as like an alter ego of sorts. It isn't my natural speaking voice. I mean, this is kind of more my natural speaking tone. I think if I went up an inflection every time I talk to someone, they might lose their mind. That there was nobody else like that. No other voice was like that, or I think is like that, unless someone's going to eventually copycat. But it was so unique, and I think that's why it stands out as something different. And so no, it isn't my natural speaking voice. My voice was not the most popular thing when it first came out. You can dig back, go ahead. It guts me to look at some of the feedback, but I understood because like I mentioned, it was such a different voice. I mean, to be honest, it's one of the reasons why I was like, maybe I'll never tell anybody it's me, because it was such a mixed reaction. And mainly I saw mainly negative. Maybe that's just the person that's on the other end of it always kind of sees and hears the negative more than the positive. But then as the last year or so continued on, I realized people are actually using it. So there's got to be something to that. I couldn't tell you what exactly it is, but yeah, it's kind of, at least people are using it now, and I have been getting honestly mostly positive feedback from people, which is nice. When people give me a look, but I've had this look before because I'm in radio, but just because I'm in radio doesn't mean my photos haven't been out there, or maybe someone has glanced on a radio station website to see what I look like. But now my problem is I don't know if they're looking at me like I recognize her from the radio or I recognize her from TikTok. So I'm just kind of like, unless they say anything, I'm not going to say anything at all, because I don't even want to be that weird person to be like, yes, it's me. I'm the TikTok person. Nobody wants that creepy interaction with someone if they have no idea what I'm talking about. I had a couple of commenters more recently give me such a fantastic idea, but I feel like I should save it. I should save it and maybe put it out there to like a late night talk show or something like that, because I think this would be fun, is to mess with someone in a drive-through. I would love to go through the drive-through and ask for, a coffee like this, but like keep correcting myself or really kind of screwing it up at the same time and adding some flubs in there and just totally prank the person to the point where they're like, is that the TikTok voice? I think that would be so much fun. I would love to do something like that. I've been receiving DMs for over a year now from people that have listened to me through the years, whether in, Kitchener, Waterloo, where I'm at now, whether in Toronto or other areas of Ontario that I broadcast before, asking me, or just saying, hey, this kind of sounds like you. And So yeah, I mean, absolutely. There have been people to do that. I mean, I definitely have fun with it. If people want to use it to say, unfortunately, there are people who will use it to say whatever, a derogatory thing. That's just the technology that's available. But for the most part, I like to have fun with, like, sometimes I see content on there and I think, did they purposely use my voice? Because it'll be like such a depressing thing. They'll be like, I broke my ankle. I can't walk. Like, I'm just like, did you want to be happy about that? But I also think it's kind of funny. Like, I know anytime I see a video like that, I'm like, oh, that's kind of funny. The scammy stuff is what bothers me. Like, if you're a legitimate business owner, or you have whatever it might be, cool, fine. But it's the scammy things. I have seen a couple of people are like, I can make you $12,000. All you have to do is take 5 friends and deposit $50. Like, stop it. Stop it. Don't do that. That bugs me more than anything, I think. No worries. I will say too, on that note, if people want to get like actual good quality voiceovers, to hire voiceover artists, because there are so many out there that'll do a fantastic job and represent your business really, really well. I mean, there's nothing super personable about using a text-to-speech option as your advertisement. You're never going to get, and as a voiceover artist, I can tell you, you will never get that same effect. I did not expect it to blow up to this extent. That's for sure. Like, to the point where I'm, speaking with you lovely people, and every day been meeting somebody new, and every day is kind of a new exciting adventure in doing this. I did not expect that. I didn't. I thought it would be one of those, hey, I put it out there and my listeners and everybody who knows who I am goes, oh, that's neat. Like, that's cool. So far on Cameo, I just joined Cameo, which is cool because I wanted to have that interaction with people, or give them something if they're asking for it. If they want to personalize something, that's great. So far, it's been like personal messages to friends, and it's like going way over my head. Like, I did a couple that I'm like, I don't even know what I'm saying right now, but it sounds like a fun time. Someone did like this theme party, and they were announcing the theme of their party and using me to do it. And I thought, this is different. That's cool. Can I go to the party? No? Okay, fine. That's cool. But here it is. I'll announce it. Yeah, so you can follow TikTok at Voice of Cat. It's Cat with a K. Also on Instagram under the same name. If you're a Twitter person, I'm on there too at Cat Callaghan, which is my last name. And also Cameo. Feel free to join me on there. You can look me up by finding me through TikTok, or just say Voice of Cat and it'll come up. And if you want to make me a part of your invitation to something, that's cool. Or I'm happy to be a part of any kind of personalized video that you'd like me to be a part of.